Okay, welcome back, YouTube. So I am going to get this underway by just saying, if anyone's watched any of the previous videos or anyone's come across my channel before, I want to say thank you for watching. If you haven't and this is the first time, then I am going to try and give you as much value as I can going forward and as much transparency as possible. So when you watch this, I hope you can relate and I hope that you can understand some of the struggles that I've been through. And I'm going to give you my top 10 lessons that I have learned from 18-year-old all the way up to 28-year-old. So as you can see already, the person on the left, all right, and the person on the right are two different guys. And there's a few things that I have learned on my journey and on my path that I would love to be able to share with you because I know you'll be able to take a lot of value from it. And I know there's probably some of the stuff that you may be struggling with now, and we can give you all the tools that you need to make sure that it helps you move forward in life, all right? So, a little backstory. The Kyle on the left hand side, he would love to go out on a weekend and get absolutely smashed. He'd drink heavy, he'd go to the similar same pubs, all right, and he'd just really wake up in the morning and not feel too good about himself. Yeah, he must have been eating around about 1,200 calories, maybe 1,400 calories a day, all right, and he was heavily underweight and he was skinny and unconfident, all right. Now, this went on for years until he actually looked in the mirror and he assessed where, he wasn't happy and he put a plan together and managed to find his way out, all right. Now, the guy on the right hand side, not only did he build strength in the gym and get stronger and more confident within himself, but also, boys, he made sure that he found his purpose. And the first purpose for him was to be able to get strong and get in the gym and get healthy. All right. The guy on the left didn't feel attractive. He didn't feel too good about himself, and the guy on the right has got a so much better relationship with his self-talk and the way that he perceives and looks at himself and how he treats other people. So I want to basically try and relate to you as much as possible now and just go through some of the things that I truly did struggle with so you do understand. I made a list of them mentally and I wanted to share with them because you might be able to understand where I'm coming from. So, what I struggle with, yeah, lack of confidence and lack of clarity. All right. There were a time in my life where all I knew was I'd wake up, I'd roll out of bed at 7 o'clock, I'd go to a building site, I'd shovel shit, sand, cement, and I'd labour on a lot of builders. And then I'd come home and then I'd just waste my time on the Xbox and I wouldn't, put myself in any challenging situations. By that point, I was absolutely knackered. All right. So, years I went and did that and I had no clarity on what I was doing as I wanted to progress through my life. So these are some things that I know you might be struggling with. It led to me procrastinating, poor inconsistent nutrition, frustration with how I looked and how I felt. I once remember going to Wetherspoons with one of my good friends and he was absolutely jacked. He was in shape and I've noticed that all the time, every time we go up to a bar, all the ladies are giving him attention. And it always made me feel inferior and insecure. And the reason why I didn't put the work into myself, I didn't go to the gym, I didn't eat well, I didn't eat better. So obviously the ladies were attracted to him. And once I sat back and I thought to myself, I'd love to look like him and get the same attention. And this is another thing that I know a lot of lads want is you want to have attention from ladies and you want to be able to be noticed and seen. And how are you going to do that if you're not looking after yourself and not living a healthy lifestyle? So improving your body image will massively increase the respect from other people and attention from the ladies as well. Yeah. Feeling stuck and underachieving were a huge one. I would always be a dedicated rugby league player. And unfortunately that fell through. And I would so be yearning to be better, but I just always felt like I was underachieving. There was always a nagging voice saying, "You are meant for more. You can do better than this." Yeah. So, and once I was in that cycle, I would always compare to my peers. Yeah, and I'd be so I wouldn't say arrogant, but I'd never ask for help. I saw asking for help was a weakness, and the biggest weakness is not asking for help because what that does it leads you to believing that you're all alone. And the fact is, you're not all alone. There is some support out there, and there is guys that can relate to you that can help you and give you a roadmap. So I'm going to get into the lessons, hopefully show you some things that I have learned along my journey that can help you. So, lesson one: Your comfort zone is a trap. Break free from it. What does that mean? Living at my mum's house, right? It was keeping me safe. All right. It was keeping me safe and secure, but it didn't allow me to grow. I would love being at my mum's. I love her to death. But if you're living at your mum's house, okay, you want to be saving as much money as possible. All right. But at the same time, if you are, you need to be trying to push yourself in different areas, because what happened to me, short story, I was living at my mum's house for a few years, and I would find comfort in coming home after work and not getting out into the real world. All right, so it left me feeling with a lot of social anxiety. I wouldn't really socialize or mix with people apart from when I would go out on a weekend, and it led me to have to heavy drink and take drugs to feel like I could even socialize with new people. So staying at home is a big thing that can hold you back if you're not careful. Yeah. Comfort kills your dreams and aspirations. If you don't get uncomfortable with yourself or put yourself in challenging situations, you will never ever grow. You're only at the level of your personal development and the challenges that you put yourself in. So by staying at the comfort zone continuously throughout your life, you will struggle to grow as a person. Yeah. So by doing this, it will just create anxiety, because when it actually comes to something that is challenging, you are going to struggle to overcome and develop if you don't get out there in the real world. Yeah, you need to get out into the real world, boys. You need to make sure that you are pushing yourself and putting yourself in difficult situations. All right. So I don't mean getting into fights and getting into trouble. What that means is, whether it's going to a boxing gym and start boxing, or start Thai boxing, or going for a run or a jog consistently. These little things that get you uncomfortable, these are the things that are going to help to build you up, like these little small habits. All right. So number one is your comfort zone is a trap. You need to break free from it. All right. Lesson number two is do not compare your journey to others. Focus on your own progress. I would sit at home, and when things weren't going my way, I would then go on Facebook, go on Instagram, and I would compare my life to other people. A short story was I wanted to move to New Zealand at one point in my life, and I saw a job opportunity out there, and I didn't have the money to go, and I used an excuse of not having the money to not even try to go, and I once sat back and I was after I made my mind up that I wasn't going to go and I bottled it. I went on my Facebook and I saw one of my best friends. He had gone over to Australia and he was sat on the beach with a pina colada, and he was just. I just looked and I was like, oh my god, like he has had the balls to do it, and it made me feel terrible about myself that I didn't take that risk. All right, but the main point that I'm trying to make is by you putting that focus out on other people, it will hinder your own progress. You have to make sure that you're looking at what you're doing and not others. I know it's very easy to fall in the trap of doing it, but it can leave you feeling terrible about yourself. And the main thing is, once you go on social media, usually it's shit anyway. There's a lot of stuff that people don't put on the reality and being transparent. So take what you see on social media with a pinch of salt, boys, yeah? I kill myself with comparisons to others who travel the world. All I wanted to do was travel the world. All I wanted to do was just go explore. But I put myself in a position where I couldn't do that and allow myself to put my focus on other people. And it doesn't make you feel good. Yeah. So you are only holding yourself when you are comparing. Comparison is the thief of joy, and there's no truer word spoken. So you need to understand that comparing your life to other people will never ever lead you in the right direction. You have to be looking at your own daily habits every day, and you will progress. Okay. Now, lesson three, consistency is the real secret to success. Keep showing up. Keep showing up when they don't. Keep showing up and putting that extra work in. It might not feel like it's working at the time, but I guarantee it is, yeah? So showing up when you don't feel like it is one thing. If you're showing up, let's say you've got someone who's got more money, all right? They've got a bigger network of people, and they understand that the hard work that they put in will reap a reward at some time, yeah? And then there's you who's lazy, doesn't bother showing up, and only shows up when they feel like it, and is only wants to show up when it's raining. Only wants to show up when it's sunny, it's nice outside. But you've got the other guy who's willing to, work in the rain. He's willing to show up when you are. Who is going to win over the long run? Who is going to get outworked? Who is going to get absolutely crushed by the competition? It's you, because you aren't working when you're supposed to work. You're only working when you feel like it. Boy, you have to show up. All right, that's a big part of it, showing up. Now, I do have a problem with people saying consistency, 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 because consistency is only one part of the equation. If you look at an obese person, all right, they're consistently doing things, but the wrong things, and that's why they're obese and they're unhealthy and they're fat. Is because they're consistently doing the wrong things. So it's understanding where your habits are and what the right habits and wrong habits are. Yeah, I would consistently go out to the same towns, see the same people, and do the same things on every weekend. And it left me consistently feeling terrible about myself. All right. So it's making sure that we understand what the right things are, which I'm going to address in another lesson. But showing up is a big, big part of it. Yeah. We need to be long term thinkers. A lot of people are so short sighted, and they don't understand that it's a long term and a long game that we're playing, not a short one. All right. Lesson number 4. Failure is never the end. It's a stepping stone to success. A lot of people, including myself, at one point feared failure. I was so scared of failure that I wouldn't even put myself in a position where I could fail. Now, at the time, I thought that was right. I thought that was the only way to go forward, is by keeping myself safe. Yeah. But what happened was it would just leave me to not leveling up in my life. We need to understand that failure is a lesson. It is not an end destination. Yeah. How can you get better and become stronger and level up without failing and learning from your lessons? Even the greatest champions in the world, Mike Tyson, Sugar Ray Leonard, boxers, football teams, all of them have suffered some form of defeat in their life and have bounced back and become better human beings. Yeah. So this is one thing that I need you to decide. I need you to understand. All right. I've spelt decide wrong, but it is what it is. We're going to get over that. You are only defeated once you decide you are. So once you make your mind up that you've lost, that is the only time that you truly are defeated, when you are willing to keep going or keep trying again. Yeah? There's nothing wrong with taking L's, boys. There's nothing wrong with taking little L's here and there to learn from. All right? If you keep making the same mistake over and over again, then it's time to address the situation. All right? But you're only defeated when you decide you are. Yeah? And everything's okay when you're winning. Everything's all right. Like, life's smooth. Money's coming in. Everyone's your friend. But the most valuable lessons are when you do lose. It shows who your true friends are. You learn lessons that you'd never find when everything's going well. So a big one for me is we worked. I remember a story when our team were undefeated in rugby. All right, and we got right to the last game, and we played this squad. I think they were Nottingham. I think it was Nottingham. And we absolutely flattened them on the first part of the season, destroyed them. All right, they won the league last week. The last game of the season, all right, for us to win it. And they absolutely destroyed us, 50-60-0. We got into a big fight. Boys were scrapping everywhere, scrum mats. You know what I mean? There were a big scrap, and we lost that. And for the first few days, it took a lot out of me. It really, it deflated me, and I felt terrible. But what I learned from that situation, and a big valuable thing that I took away from the whole scenario, is you can work and you can be as consistent with your winning, but it's them final moments that count. We took our focus off that last game. We thought we were going to run through them again, and unfortunately for us, we got a kick up the arse, and we learned that it's not about how you start, it's about how you end the game. Yeah. So do not fear defeat. I can't tell you enough. Do not fear defeat. Yeah. Embrace it, because it's always going to come. It's about what you learn from the defeat in itself. Yeah. You've lost the battle, but you haven't lost the war, boys. Never. Now, your excuses are holding you back. How many people do you know who make excuses for not being their best selves, not being in shape, not having enough money? There's always an excuse. There's a thousands of excuses of why people don't win in life. It's the boss's fault. It's where you live. It's the job that you have. It's you didn't go to school, or you didn't do well at school, which is bullshit. It's bullshit. You need to understand that once you reflect and look on the inside of yourself, it's when you understand that you know that you are making an excuse. All right, excuses will only hold you back. Yeah, every weekend, every week, or I'll tell you what. I'll tell you another story. At the end of every year for about 3 years, I was broke. I wasn't in shape, and I felt terrible about myself. And I would always make an excuse of every New Year's Eve why I felt like that. I never took accountability, and it left me feeling like shit every year, and I had no one to blame but myself. But at that time, I was blaming everyone else. I was blaming my friends. I was blaming my family. I blamed everyone bar for myself. I did not look within and understand that it was me and it was my fault. Yeah. The moment you hold yourself accountable is the moment you regain your power back. I'll say that again. The moment that you hold yourself accountable to your actions and what you do is the moment you get your power back. Once you stop blaming everyone else around you is when you will actually start fulfilling your purpose in life. Yeah. So your excuses are all holding you back. Yeah. Lesson 6. What did we learn? Wasting time and how to schedule your day better. And a famous quote by Bruce Lee is, if you love life, don't waste time, because time is what life is made of. Now, how many of you right now are scheduling your tasks and everything that you need to do on a day-to-day basis? Because I guarantee there's 99% that not doing that. You're leaving so many hours, which is 168 hours in a week. You're leaving the majority of them and you don't even know what you're doing. All right. So you need to understand is the moment you start scheduling your time and really blocking out and getting things done, the moment you'll start making a lot more progress. And you can do this by a few simple ways. All right. So it's scheduling a week ahead and fill out all of your important tasks. I do this by using an app called Google Calendars, which I've got another video on my YouTube channel coming up soon. And I'm going to show you exactly how you can block out your time. What I've done is I blocked out my sleep, which is from 10 p.m. all the way up to 5 a.m. That is blocked for the full week because that is my sleep routine. And then I have all my work that I do day to day. And then it leaves loads of gaps where that time can be filled with an important task. Once you can see it from a week-to-week view and you plan ahead, all you have to do then is go out and action it. You're never walking around thinking, what do I need to do now? Because you already know. And that's where a lot of people fall back in life, is they allow stuff to just fly by. I'm not saying you've got to be rigid with it for your whole life, but I'm on about when it comes to work, it gives you a good structure on what you're doing day in, day out. All right. So being ahead of the game will mean that you will get more done and you'll be ahead of most people in life. Yeah. Most people don't do this. And this is why they're broke, poor, and not best selves. Millionaires, billionaires, they are all scheduling their time. Successful people schedule their time for the most part. Yeah. Family time, work, and commuting and eating. Yeah. Now, because we live in such a fast-paced environment, lesson 7 is be patient and trust the process. Yeah, results take time. They do not come overnight. A tree has to grow its roots before it grows up into becoming a sprout, then coming into, obviously, growing into a tree. You have to make sure that you're planting the seeds and then allowing it to grow. All right. Anything worth anything is built with time. All right. The best companies in the world, Amazon, started from a garage, and look at it now. It's absolutely just took over the world as we know it. And so many other companies, Facebook, Instagram, all of these started very, very small. And it's the same with you as a person. You will start small, and if you allow yourself, give yourself some time, patience will prevail. Yeah. The thing is, when I say patience and taking time, I don't mean doing slow work, because slow work is what losers do. Successful people work fast. They work with speed and sharpness. They get stuff done. Doesn't mean they're in a rush to, you know, get the end result, but they do things and they act fast. So whether it's meetings with people, whether it's doing stuff they're meant to be doing from the schedule, they get it done, and they get it done swiftly and effectively. And that's what separates the best. Yeah, I am still learning and getting better at this, but as I get older, I realise that being slow with work isn't being patient, it's being lazy. You have to act with speed and be patient in the long game. Yeah. Lesson 8: the most important relationship is the one with yourself. Yeah. You do this by having daily positive habits that build your self-esteem. Okay. I remember when I didn't have a good relationship with myself, and I felt like I had to go out and drink heavily to feel some sort of peace with myself, and it didn't do anything. It made it worse the following morning. All right. So the most important relationship you can ever have is with yourself. This means taking care of yourself. It means looking after you, number one. We do this by living a life full of purpose, living a life, that's pushing yourself and challenging yourself. It's learning to say no to people who don't have your best interest. Okay, people who don't truly care about you, their actions will show through eventually. It's learning to say no to things that you don't truly want to do. It's putting yourself first. Yeah. having hygiene, making sure your nails are clean, making sure your teeth are brushed, making sure you get a shower every morning. Stuff like this is putting yourself first. Yeah? It's looking after number one, which is you. It's dressing nice when you want to, when you go out. Yeah. So learning to say no is a main component of looking after yourself. And also, don't be afraid to reach out for support. Don't be scared to say, I do need help, especially if someone who understands exactly where you have been and where you want to go. Lesson 9 is invest in your knowledge and the skills. It will pay off. So the most important investment you can ever make is in yourself. It's in your own skill set. It's in your own knowledge, and it's understanding the simple principle of instead of spending all your money on designer brands and stuff that people and really nice cars when you can't afford it. You think people care about this, but they don't. Actually, they're so bothered about themselves. They don't care. Once you start investing into your own knowledge and your own skill set by doing courses and education, seminar, this is when you will start to see a big level up in life, because you are starting to invest into this brain here, and no one can take that away from you. No one can strip that and say like that is mine, because you've put that into yourself. Yeah. So it stays with you for the rest of your life, and that to me is absolutely priceless. Okay. Lesson 10 is seeking guidance and support when needed. You don't have to do it alone. Rugby, being in a rugby team played a big role in my younger days. Yeah, it gave me a sense of belonging. It gave me a sense of brotherhood. It gave me a sense of team, being part of a team and being a part of something, working towards an end goal, which were winning the season and becoming the best rugby team as a whole, and me being the best rugby player I could be. Yeah. So once that ended for me and I stopped playing rugby, I felt very isolated and sometimes depressed and lonely and sad. All right. And this is because you have lack of options. And when you're not a part of a support network or a group of people who understand who you are, that is when you become isolated, lonely, and depressed. All right. So we need to make sure that we're a part of a tribe, a part of something that's more important than working towards a big goal. Yeah. So seek guidance and support when needed. Do not go it alone. You don't always have to be by yourself. Coming from someone like me, I would take a lot of pride in it. I don't need help. I can do this alone. But truthfully, everyone does need help to some degree. Self-made millionaires and not self-made, they have mentors and they have people who have been in their corner guiding them the way through. All right. Big offer now. All right. So I want you to take all of these lessons and implement at least one. All right. If you struggle with anything that I ever have or been what I've been through, you understand that now is the time to change and make a difference in your life. Yeah. Now is the time to start booking up your ideas and showing the true potential of who you are. And now is the time to look at like, could I be doing better? And the answer is yes. Yeah. So I want you to be a part of a network of individuals who share the same vision, all right, and the same values as you do. Yeah. You want to improve your mindset in terms of getting stronger personal development wise, and also physically, potentially earning a body transformation, or even just getting healthier in general. Yeah. It will give you structure around your lifestyle and also work on you becoming a better person. Yeah. And I want to be able to help you and give you one-to-one support whilst you go through that journey. Yeah. This is what having a tribe and this is what becoming your best self is all about. All right. And I want you to understand that there's an offer on the table where you will get Path to Full Potential course that's valued at 99 quid. All right. And then put into the WhatsApp group full of people exactly like you who want to do better. Yeah. You're going to achieve the best shape of your life with a tailored fitness plan that's specific to you. You're going to be supported one-to-one whilst you get to them goals. All right. And also, you're going to feel like you're a part of something that's bigger and more important than being isolated and alone. All right. We're going to make sure that you are very, very clear with your nutrition and making a tailored, specific nutrition plan to you so you can adhere to it. It's going to help boost your testosterone. It's going to help you not only be clear with your food, but having tasty foods that you enjoy. All right. You're going to experience personal growth like you never have before. Yeah. So if you want support and you want a roadmap to help you become a better version of yourself, and you have someone in the corner who has been where you have been, then reach out and comment down below on the comments in the YouTube channel. Give it a like and subscribe if you took value from the video, and I'd love to be able to help you further on in life. So if you want that, book a call with me down below, and I'd love to be able to hear from you and help you moving forward. Boys, that is all from me. All right, it wasn't the smoothest video in the world, but we got it done regardless. Okay, if you're still watching, I really appreciate it, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Have a good day, have a good night, wherever you're watching the world. Let's go. Hoof!